The 40th anniversary gives us a chance to reflect back on our history. And I think one of the things that we take from it is imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. From the rise of the Breeders' Cup World Championships, global championships and festivals sprang up all over the world. And we were the first to offer $10 million in one day, 7 races that were going to crown champions. The Greatest Stakes Committee gave all of our races Grade 1 status the first year they ran. It was unprecedented, and it really set the tone. But what we're most proud of is the innovation and measures we've taken for security, integrity, and safety. We've been leaders in that area, and best practices not only here in North America, but to have those best practices spread throughout the world. So we're extremely proud of our legacy. I think our next 40 years are going to bring an incredible expansion and worldwide participation. We have taken our international runners from 7 to 10 up to 45, 48. So I think that's only going to grow stronger. The Breeders' Cup purse program is so strong with $31 million spread over the 2 days that it's really hard for internationals to pass up. And of course the event itself is so spectacular. We've really prided ourselves on innovating not only the event and how it's managed, but the technologies that we use at the event. And I think emerging technology is going to be just such a huge thing for not only the Breeders' Cup as an event, but all of racing. So we're really looking forward to the next 40 years. I started working for the Breeders' Cup as a data entry clerk. I was home during college and thought, this would be a good way to spend my summer. And 41 years later, here I am. But it's truly a success story. And it's not only my success story, because I think it's so intertwined with the Breeders' Cup success story. The opportunities that I was given, the executive teams that I've always had the pleasure of working with here have just never limited the opportunities that you make for yourself. So, I'm extremely proud of working my way up from a data entry clerk to the Chief Racing Officer for the Breeders' Cup. It's something that I've worked really hard at, and I think some of the things that I'm most proud of have been the International Stallion Nomination Program, which I created, the Racehorse Nomination Program, expanding our Breeders' Cup Stakes program and changing it, morphing it into the Breeders' Cup Challenge Win and You're In series. I created the Dirt Dozen series, which just launched last year. And of course, just moving our event from a one-day event to a 2-day event and adding races on as we saw the need to do that. So, I'm there lockstep with everything that we're doing here, and it's really been a labor of love. So there's so many great memories of being here for all 39 runnings. But one of the ones, and it's really a series of 3 that really stand out to me, is the great Zenyatta. In 2008, she captured the distaff at Santa Anita. She returned the following year and beat the boys and took the classic. But when she returned at Churchill Downs the following year to try to go for the double in the classic up against the Great Blame, the paddock area just erupted. It was like a rock star was coming in, and she was striding her way into the paddock. And it was the one and only time in all of Breeders' Cup history that I actually had to close the paddock because people were trying to storm past security to get in there to see her, to take a picture with her. It was truly one of those moments that I'll just never forget.